In the shadows where truth and tales intertwine, we find the thrilling, the chilling, the downright spine-tingling. From the paranormal to the peculiar, every echo has a story. Dare to delve into the unexpected, the unexplained? Brace yourself, for you're about to embark on a journey where fear meets fascination. Stay tuned if you dare, for stories that will make your heart race and your mind ponder. Welcome to the realm of the eerie, the realm of the unknown. And remember, like and subscribe, if you dare. A shiver of anticipation ran down my spine as I stepped into the room, the air heavy with an eerie silence. This was no ordinary day for me, Captain Turner, an army man with a lineage of military men before me. The pride in my father's eyes when I joined the army reverberated in my heart. From being a fresh recruit to scaling the ranks to special forces, my journey had been a winding path of discipline and courage. This day, however, was unlike any other. I had been summoned for an interview, a mysterious process for a top-secret project. The room was sparsely populated with 3 other men, each bearing the signature of different armed forces. There was a peculiar sense of competition that hung in the room like a thick fog. The silence was shattered by the entrance of a colonel. His stern voice echoed in the room. "Men, you have been selected for the chance to enter our top-secret project." The words seemed to linger in the room, casting a heavy shadow of anticipation over us. Then came the challenge, the entrance to a room that promised a test of survival. As the door slammed shut behind us, we were plunged into a darkness so profound it felt like a living entity. Our hearts pounded in our chests as panic set in. Suddenly, we found ourselves in a sprawling wooded area, a sight so bewildering that we questioned our own senses. How the hell did they fit this place in here, we wondered. But there was no time for wonderment. We had to survive, to fend off any hostiles that lurked in the shadows, using nothing but broken branches and rocks. The colonel's voice boomed again. "Boys, you're on your own now. You must make it to the other side of the forest by any means necessary." The words echoed ominously, amplifying the silence that followed. Our hearts pounded in our chests as the door slammed shut behind us, leaving us to face the unknown. We were in the belly of a beast, a forest that should not exist in a room, and yet it did. We trudged on, our hearts pounding like war drums in our chests. The forest was a labyrinth of shadows and uncertainty. We clutched our makeshift weapons, broken branches and jagged rocks in our hands, each step we took echoing our mounting dread. This was a forest of fear, a test of our mettle. We were military men, trained for combat, but nothing could have prepared us for this darkness. The air was heavy with anticipation, with danger. Every rustle of leaves, every snap of a twig sent a chill down our spines. We were not alone. We could hear the roars, the howls, the screeches, the noises that didn't belong to any creature we knew of. We moved as one, a unit bound by the grim determination to survive. We had to make it to the other side, had to prove our worth. But this forest was not just a test, it was a predator, and we were its prey. The unseen threats lurked in the shadows, their roars echoing through the eerie silence, a constant reminder of the danger lurking around us. Our numbers dwindled as the forest claimed its victims. Each man was taken down by an unseen assailant, their screams echoing in the darkness before being abruptly cut off. We were being hunted, picked off one by one, the shadows growing bolder with each victory. The forest was a nightmare, a maze of fear and uncertainty. But we were soldiers, trained to face the unknown, to fight against the odds. We pressed on, our resolve steeling us against the fear. We had to survive, had to make it to the other side. But the forest was relentless, its unseen threats growing bolder, more aggressive. One by one we fell, each taken by a different shadow lurking in the darkness. The air was thick with terror as the Marine and I ran for our lives, the monstrous shadow hot on our heels. Our breaths came out in ragged gasps, the cold air stinging our lungs. We were the last two standing in this eerie, unnatural forest, a test of survival orchestrated by the military's top brass. Our boots crunched on the forest floor, our hearts pounding like war drums in our chests. We were being hunted and the predator was gaining on us. A guttural roar echoed through the trees, a chilling reminder of the beast that was closing in. The forest was a maze, a labyrinth of shadows and fear, and we were the mice running from the cat. Suddenly, in a shocking twist, the Marine lunged at me. The look in his eyes was primal, desperate. He intended to use me as bait, a sacrificial lamb to buy him some time. I dodged his attack, my fist instinctively connecting with his face. He stumbled, falling hard onto the forest floor. The beast was upon us. Its monstrous face, a grotesque mix of man and monster, leered from the shadows. Its long arms reached out, claws gleaming in the faint moonlight. I saw the Marine on the ground, his eyes wide with terror. I could leave him run and save myself, but I couldn't. I couldn't leave a man behind. I rushed to help him, but he pushed me away. "Run!" he shouted, his voice hoarse with fear and desperation. I saw the creature closing in, its monstrous form looming over him. There was no time. I ran, leaving him behind. His screams followed me, a haunting reminder of my decision. His screams echoed through the forest as I ran, leaving him to face the beast alone. I could still hear them, even when I had reached the safety of the other side. His screams were a chilling reminder of the horrors that lurked within the forest, and the price that some had to pay. I stood alone, facing the beast, the door to safety stubbornly closed behind me. The creature towered over me, its eyes devoid of life, its teeth gleaming in the faint light. I was its prey, its next victim. But I was also a soldier, a fighter, and I was not going to go down without a fight. I took a deep breath, my heart pounding in my chest. The forest was silent, as if holding its breath in anticipation of the battle to come. The beast let out a low growl, a sound that made my blood run cold, but I steeled myself and prepared to face my enemy. I remembered my training, the countless hours spent honing my skills, preparing for situations just like this. I knew I had to use my surroundings to my advantage, to fight smart, not just hard. I looked around, my eyes quickly scanning the forest for anything I could use as a weapon. The beast lunged at me, but I dodged its attack, rolling to the side and grabbing a broken branch from the ground. I swung it at the creature, landing a hit, but it barely seemed to faze it. I knew I needed something more, something that could really hurt it. I remembered the rocks we had used earlier, their sharp edges perfect for a weapon. I quickly found a large one, its weight comforting in my hand. I waited for the beast to attack again, and when it did, I was ready. I threw the rock with all my might, hitting it square in the head. The beast let out a roar of pain, and I seized my chance, rushing forward and landing blow after blow. Finally, the beast fell, defeated. I stood over it, panting heavily, my body aching from the fight. But I had done it. I had faced my fear and come out victorious. The door behind me finally opened, the colonel's voice ringing out, "Well done, soldier, you've earned your place in the project." Exhausted and victorious, I stepped through the door, the haunting screams of the Marine still ringing in my ears. I had survived the nightmare, but at what cost? The words echoed in my mind as I walked through the corridors of Sector 12, now an initiate of the top-secret project Woodland. The horrors I had encountered, the lives lost, and the guilt of leaving a fellow soldier behind weighed heavily on my conscience. Every creaking door, every flicker of light seemed to bring back memories of the eerie woodland darkness, the monstrous shadows, and the chilling screech that had nearly been my end. The adrenaline rush of the chase, the dread of being preyed upon, the desperation to survive, all were now replaced by a profound silence, a silence that was almost deafening. I thought of the Marine, the last man standing with me in that forest of fear. His face, his screams, the moment he pushed me away, saving himself to save me, all were etched in my mind. A brave soldier, a worthy adversary, and a man who had paid the ultimate price for my survival. His sacrifice was a stark reminder of the grim reality of our existence and the cost of survival. I wondered if I would ever be able to forgive myself, to shake off the guilt that gnawed at my soul. Would the shadows of the past ever let me be? Would the echoes of the Marine sacrifice ever fade away, or would they forever haunt me? A chilling reminder of the horror I had experienced, the price I had paid for survival, the price we all had paid. As I walked into the unknown, into the heart of Project Woodland, I knew I carried with me not just the survival skills and the battle scars, but also the haunting memories of that fateful day. I was a soldier, a survivor, but also a man forever bound by the chains of guilt and remorse. Yes, I had survived, but the horror of that day would forever be etched in my memory, a chilling reminder of the cost of survival. And so, our tale of the Campfire Horrors comes to an end. Until next time, sleep tight. Before we part ways, dear viewers, remember to stay vigilant. The Campfire Horrors may have been extinguished for now, but the embers of the unknown always remain. As you lay down to sleep tonight, don't forget the lessons from our tale. Safety is but a fleeting moment in a world of unseen. So, if you've enjoyed this journey into the abyss, don't forget to ring that bell and smash that like button. Do it before the thing under your bed decides to pay you a visit. Oh, and keep those night lights on. You never know what might be lurking in the dark. Thank you for embarking on this terrifying adventure with us, until our paths cross again in another tale of the unknown. Goodbye and sweet dreams, if you can.